The stars were calm, silent. Nothing moved in the black space between Earth and the alien worlds. A white diplomatic ship slowly floated toward the green planet Zareth. It was not a warship, no weapons, no shields, only peace. Inside the ship, Dr. Lana Wells looked out the window. Her heart beat faster. She was Earth's ambassador. Her job was not to fight but to speak, to bring peace, to make Earth part of the Galactic Union. The Union was made up of many alien races, strong ones, old ones. Some looked like machines, some like animals, and some like smoke. But all of them thought humans were too new, too dangerous, not ready. Lana had spent 10 years proving them wrong. She pressed a button on her wrist and began recording a message. "This is Ambassador Lana Wells. I'm entering orbit over Zareth. The final talks begin tomorrow. If all goes well, Earth will finally become a full member of the Union. We have worked hard. We have waited long. We may finally have peace." She smiled and stopped the recording. The ship slowly landed on the platform. Tall alien guards waited for her. Their armor was black, their eyes hidden. Lana felt a small fear in her stomach, but walked forward with her head high. She believed in the mission. Hours passed. Then silence. Earth Command waited for her check-in. 1 hour. 2 hours. Nothing. Her ship's signal was lost. At Earth headquarters, Commander Juno frowned. Something's wrong. She should have reported by now. They tried every channel. No answer. No signal. Only static. Then, just before midnight, a strange message came through. It was a short video, blurry and broken. Lana was on screen, her eyes were wide. She looked scared. She whispered something, but it was hard to hear. It wasn't an accident. Don't trust. Then, the screen went black. Everyone froze. Minutes later, the Galactic Union sent an official message. "We regret to inform you. Ambassador Lana Wells has died. A tragic accident during transport. We are investigating." Earth was silent, then angry, then afraid. They asked for her body. The Union said it was already sent back. But when the coffin arrived, it was sealed. No viewing allowed. Medical reports, denied. Scans, blocked. Earth's leaders met in secret. President Hale looked around the table. "Do any of you believe this was an accident?" No one answered. General Marcus Rain sat at the far end. His eyes were sharp, his face like stone. He had fought in the Mars Uprising, led the defense of Titan, retired years ago. But now he was back in the room. Hale looked at him. "You've read the message?" "Yes," Rain said. "She was warning us. Someone killed her." The room was quiet again. "Then what do we do?" one minister asked. "The Union is too strong. We can't go to war." Rain leaned forward. "If they think we're weak, they'll strike again. We don't need war. We need answers." He stood. "We need to prepare. Quietly. Let them think we're grieving. Let them think we're blind. But we watch, we listen, and when the time is right, we strike." President Hale nodded slowly. "Operation Wrath of Earth. You have command." Rain didn't smile. "I'll need full authority. No rules. No chains." "You have it," Hale said. Outside, Earth looked peaceful. People lit candles for Lana. They cried. They prayed. But deep below the surface, in hidden bunkers, something was waking up. A cold AI woke from sleep. Old warships were pulled from ice. Black files opened for the first time in years. Messages went out to the far edge of the solar system, to men and women long thought dead. Ghost soldiers, silent killers. Outlaws, they all got the same call. "The ambassador is dead. Report to command. Earth needs you." In deep space, a dark ship turned and began its long flight home. Lana's coffin lay untouched in the center of Earth Memorial Hall. Guards stood silent around it. A single white flower rested on top. But somewhere inside the coffin, a small device blinked, Hidden in her clothes, a recorder, damaged but still working. It kept playing the same broken words over and over. It wasn't an accident. Don't trust. And in a small control room far from Earth's main cities, a young technician stared at the blinking light. He didn't know what it meant, but soon the whole galaxy would. In the cold darkness beyond Mars, something moved. Something big. It had no name, no signal, no flag. A shadow in space. This was not Earth's main fleet. Those ships were old, slow, and full of rules. This was something new. Hidden, silent, dangerous. The Ghost Fleet. General Marcus. Rain stood inside a black command ship, looking at the glowing screens in front of him. His face was calm, but his eyes were full of fire. He had spent 3 weeks building this force in secret, far from the eyes of Earth's public, far from the control of the Galactic Union. The ships were fast, sharp, and made for one purpose only: war. They had no names, only numbers. Each one had human pilots trained in silence and shadow. Each one had AI systems that could think and strike faster than any alien fleet. They didn't need orders. They needed targets. Rain turned to the officer. Beside him, "Is the crew ready?" "Fully armed, General," she said. "All units standing by." Rain nodded. "Good. Begin silent operations. No transmissions. No signals. We move like ghosts." In a dark room inside the ship, a group of men and women sat around a table. Some wore old battle armor. Others had scars on their faces. One had a robotic eye. These were not normal soldiers. They were exiles, spies, assassins, and rogue agents, people the world had forgotten. But Marcus hadn't. "You all know why you're here," he said. "They killed our ambassador. They lied. They covered it up, and they think we'll stay quiet." Paused. "They're wrong." He pressed a button and a holomap appeared. "This is Zareth, the place where Lana died. Our first mission is simple. Get in, get the truth, and get out." A man with dark skin and cybernetic arms raised his hand. "You want us to steal a dead body?" "No," Marcus said. "I want you to steal a message." Everyone looked confused. "We believe Lana hid something before she died, something the Union didn't find. A recording, a warning, maybe names." "If it's still there," another woman said, "why haven't they found it?" Marcus looked straight at her. "Because they don't know where to look." He clicked another button. A blurry image appeared, taken from a hidden camera inside Lana's ship. She was holding something small in her hand. It looked like a tiny cube, a data crystal. She had one chance to hide it, Marcus said, and she used it. The team nodded. They understood. The mission began the next day. 3 black ships broke from the fleet and jumped into hyperspace. No lights, no sounds, like ghosts. They landed near the edge of Zareth, hidden inside a deep forest. Local animals ran from the strange sounds. No one saw them. At midnight, the team moved. They wore armor made of smart cloth, color-changing, soundless. They moved through the alien city like shadows, past patrols, past cameras, past guards. Finally, they reached the building where Lana had been taken. It was locked, sealed. No problem. One of the team members pulled out a small tool. In seconds, the door opened. Inside, it smelled of old metal and alien chemicals. The place had been cleaned, too clean. They moved fast, searching, scanning, lifting floor tiles, checking walls. Then they found it, a tiny gap behind a wall plate, hidden deep. Inside, the data crystal. The team leader picked it up, heart pounding. "Got it," she whispered. They turned to leave, then alarms. Red lights flashed. Alien voices shouted in the distance. "Run!" the leader yelled. They raced through the halls. Alien guards followed. Outside, the ships were waiting. The team jumped in just as plasma shots flew past them. Engines roared. The ships lifted, vanished into the sky, and jumped back into hyperspace. Safe. For now. Back at the Ghost Fleet, Marcus stood by as the data crystal was plugged in. The screen blinked. Then a video started to play. Lana appeared. Her face was bloody. Her voice weak. "This message is for Earth Command. I don't have much time. The Union, they lied. They never wanted peace. They planned this. They fear us. They plan to stop us. I was tricked, poisoned." She coughed. "You must not trust them. They will strike again. This is bigger than me. I'm just the start. Find the council. Find the truth." The video cut off. Everyone in the room was silent. Marcus turned away from the screen. "Now we know," he said. "They didn't just kill her. They tried to kill hope." He looked at the stars beyond the glass. "But now we strike back. And we start with Zareth." The stars outside the Ghost Fleet were calm, but inside everything burned. General Marcus Rain watched the last seconds of Lana's secret message again. He had seen it 10 times already, but each time his jaw tightened. Her voice, her pain, her warning. "This is bigger than me. I'm just the start." He turned to his top officers. "She didn't die in an accident. This was a plan, a message, a warning to Earth." The officers said nothing, but their faces were hard. They understood. New file blinked on the screen. The team had decoded more data from the crystal: hidden files, encrypted logs, secret meeting recordings. Marcus opened the first one. It was a video. Dark room. Alien leaders around a table. Some had glowing skin. Others had no faces. One had eyes like burning coals. They were speaking in a strange language, but the AI translated. "She is too clever," one alien said. "The humans learn too fast, grow too strong. We must delay them, keep them out of the Union, make it look like a failure. Or remove her," another voice said. "Quietly, she is alone." Marcus froze the screen. This was it. Proof. The Union's top council had planned Lana's death. They feared humanity's rise. They didn't want peace. They wanted control. He looked around the room. "They thought we'd kneel," he said. "They thought we'd cry and move on." He clenched his fists. "They don't understand what happens when you hurt one of us." He ordered the files sent to Earth. The truth spread like fire, first in secret, then everywhere. Underground networks posted the videos. Hackers broke the Union's firewalls. Civilian screens across Earth lit up with Lana's final words. And the council's lies. The people were shocked, then furious. Massive protests broke out in the cities. Thousands shouted in the streets, "Justice for Lana! Truth for Earth! No more lies!" In space, Earth's defense satellites moved into new positions. Earth's moon bases went silent, too silent. The Union sent a message. "Earth, this is a mistake. You're being tricked. Let us handle it." President Hale sent one back. "You already did. We're handling it now." Back on the Ghost Fleet, Marcus stood before his team. "They tried to erase our voice, so we'll give them something they can't ignore." He opened a secret mission file. Operation Black Echo. Their target. A hidden military base on the planet Thalor Prime. It wasn't on any maps, but Lana had mentioned it once in her logs. A place where whispers become orders. Rain believed it was the center of the Union's silent war machine. The Ghost Fleet jumped into hyperspace. 10 ships, silent, deadly. Inside one of them, Commander Risa checked her weapon. "You really think they'll fight back?" she asked. "They already did," said her partner. "Now it's our turn." They reached Thalor Prime just before dawn. No warning, no mercy. The base had guards, yes, but they weren't ready for human tactics. Stealth drones cut off comms. EMP bombs fried defense towers. By the time the base fired its first shot, it was already too late. Within 20 minutes, the Union base was gone, ashes. The Ghost Fleet left one message behind, broadcast in every alien language. "You wanted fear. Now face it. This is not a war. This is justice." The message spread fast. Some aliens were shocked, others were quiet. But a few started to smile. Secret messages arrived at Earth's channels, from alien rebel groups, traitors, scientists, even soldiers. "We're tired of the Union too," one message said. "They lied to us, used us. We will help you." Suddenly, humanity wasn't alone. Enemies were becoming allies. The Union held a crisis meeting. Their leaders shouted, blamed, denied. But deep inside, they all felt it. A change was coming. Earth was no longer asking for peace. They were demanding it, with fire. And in the shadows, Marcus Rain planned the next strike. He knew this was only the beginning. The Ghost Fleet floated deep in space, silent like a hunter before the kill. But inside the command ship, everything was alive with purpose. General Marcus Rain watched Lana Wells' secret message again. Her voice, weak but brave, repeated in his mind. "They planned this. They fear us. Don't trust them." Her final warning wasn't just words. It was truth. It was fuel. He turned to his officers. "The Union killed her to stop Earth, but they've done the opposite. Now we move." A young officer looked up from her screen. "Sir, we've decrypted more files from the data crystal. You'll want to see this." Marcus nodded. "Show me." The screen flashed. A dark room appeared. Alien leaders sat at a long table. Some were tall and thin. Others looked like machines or living shadows. Their language was strange, but the translation was clear. "We cannot allow humans to rise. They're growing too fast, too wild." "That ambassador, Lana Wells, she is dangerous." Her words spread like fire. "Then we end the fire, quietly. No trace." Rain's jaw tightened. The room around him stayed still, but the silence was heavy. No one needed to speak. The proof was clear. Earth had been betrayed. He sent the files straight to Earth Command. When the recordings hit Earth's networks, they exploded like a bomb, first in secret forums, then on public news. Soon every screen on the planet showed Lana's final words. And the aliens who wanted her dead. The people were shocked, then furious. In New York, crowds filled the streets. In Nairobi, protesters held pictures of Lana and lit candles. In Tokyo, thousands chanted in front of the Galactic Union Embassy, "We remember Lana. They lied. We fight." The president of Earth, Lyra Hale, stood in front of the world and spoke with calm fire. "Peace was our goal, but they chose blood. They tried to silence one voice. Now they will hear millions." Back in space, the Ghost Fleet grew larger. More ships arrived from secret hangars. Silent allies joined, fighters from the edge of Jupiter, AI warships from the ice mines of Europa. Even defectors, aliens who had seen the truth. One alien named Vetra, a former Union spy, stood in the Ghost Fleet's war room. "They thought humans were weak," she said. "But you are something different. You scare them because you don't break." Marcus nodded. "We don't run. We return fire." He called up the mission screen. Operation Black Echo. Target: a secret Union base on the planet Thaler Prime. A black site. Off the record. No maps. No witnesses. The place where the death order for Lana was likely sent. No more warnings. It was time for action. 10 ships launched. Small, fast, deadly. They dropped out of hyperspace just beyond the planet's moon. Within minutes, stealth drones disabled the base's sensors. EMP charges silenced its defenses. Then the fire fell. In under 20 minutes, the base was gone. A crater. The Ghost Fleet didn't stay, but they left one message behind, burned into the surface with a plasma beam. "This is for Lana. We are not afraid." The message echoed through Union space. Panic grew. The Council met in emergency chambers. They blamed rebels, accused Earth of terrorism, but the truth had already spread. Other alien species began to question the Union. Secret messages came to Earth Command, from rebel cells, alien diplomats, even military officers. "We don't support what happened. We want change. We will help you." Earth had always stood alone. Now others were standing beside them. But Marcus Rain knew this was only the beginning. Lana's death lit the fire, he told his officers. But war is coming. The Union will answer. He stared out into the dark, and when they do, we strike first. The stars looked peaceful, but war was coming. The Ghost Fleet floated in silence above a dark moon near the edge of Union space. Inside the lead ship, General Marcus Rain stood with his arms behind his back, staring at the tactical map. All around him, soldiers and officers moved with quiet speed. Every person knew what was coming. They were going to strike first, not just to fight, but to send a message, one the Union could never ignore. A hologram of the target glowed in the air, a massive Union supply station, orbiting the planet Archon. So it wasn't just any station. It fueled half of the Union's border fleets. If it fell, the entire side of Union space would be exposed. Marcus turned to his team. You all know why we're here. We don't attack to destroy. We attack to control. We hit them where they don't expect it, then vanish. His voice was calm, but his eyes were full of fire. They wanted fear. Let's give it to them. The fleet moved, 10 ships, each dark as shadow. Their engines ran cold to avoid detection. They reached the supply station in less than 1 hour. Still no alarms. Inside the station, Union workers went about their duties. Some played cards. Others drank thick blue liquid from long tubes. They had no idea death was flying toward them. Then the lights blinked. Then the gravity shut off. Then silence. The first blast hit the outer ring. An EMP pulse. Every system in the station fried in seconds. Next came the ghost soldiers, elite teams in black armor, floating through space like ghosts. They entered the station without a single sound. One Union officer tried to scream. Too late. They moved room to room, disabling systems, planting charges, locking doors. Within 15 minutes, the station belonged to Earth. Marcus's voice echoed over the comms. Status? All clear, one commander said. No survivors. Station secured. Marcus didn't smile. Then we begin the message. A signal went out from the station on all Union channels. It was Lana's voice, her last message broadcasted to every corner of Union space. Don't trust them. They never wanted peace. They planned this. After the message, Marcus spoke. This station is now under Earth's control. We don't want war, but we will not kneel. You struck first. Now we answer. He ended the signal. Then with one command, the charges were armed. The Ghost Fleet left the station and jumped away, and moments later, fire bloomed across the sky. The station exploded, silent, bright, unforgettable. Across the galaxy, news spread, fast. Earth had struck first, and struck hard. The Union was caught off guard. Some screamed for retaliation, others feared escalation. A few started to whisper what no one had dared before. What if the humans are right? Back on Earth, people cheered in the streets. For the first time since Lana's death, they felt hope, power. In the dark room where Marcus stood, a new message arrived. An alien general, face hidden, voice distorted. I am not your enemy. I have seen what the Union has done. I want to meet, alone. No weapons. We both want justice. Marcus looked at the screen. Are you the first to come forward? No, the alien said. But I may be the first with access. To what? Marcus asked. The alien paused. To the names of the ones who gave the order to kill your ambassador. Marcus stared. He knew what this meant. The next move wouldn't be a strike. It would be a hunt. The Ghost Fleet floated in deep space again, far from any star or planet. Inside the command ship, the room was dark. Only one screen glowed. On it, the alien general's face appeared. Still hidden, still distorted. You want names? The alien asked. I have them. General Marcus Rain stood straight. Then tell me, who gave the order to kill Ambassador Lana Wells? The alien's voice was calm. 3 council members. They meet in secret. Not all the Union knows. Not all agreed. A file opened on the screen. 3 names. Alien names. Cold. Sharp. Unknown to Earth. But Marcus didn't need to know their species. He knew what they had done. One was hiding in a palace on a floating city above the clouds of Jandrix 4. Another lived deep inside the mountain, command center of Vexar Prime. The third? He had vanished. No signal, no trace. Gone into the shadows. Marcus looked at the map. We go after them, one by one. The ghost fleet split. Half moved toward Jandrix 4. The other half prepared for Vexar. Prime Marcus chose Jandrix himself. We don't send warnings, he told his crew. We send justice. The floating city above Jandrix 4 was beautiful. Tall towers, shining lights, peaceful gardens. But beneath the beauty, something rotten lived. The first target, Counselor Threx, a tall, smooth-skinned alien with red eyes and a voice like ice. He believed he was safe. He was wrong. At night, black pods landed on the lower levels of the floating city. Ghost soldiers slipped into the halls. No alarms, no sound. They found Threx in a golden room, drinking with other officials. He laughed at news from Earth, not knowing what waited outside his door. The wall exploded. Gas filled the room. Everyone inside fell asleep except Threx. He woke up tied to a chair facing Marcus Rain. You, Threx hissed. Yes, Marcus said calmly. Me. You have no right. I have every right, Marcus said. You killed one of ours. You started this. Threx spat. She was a threat to peace. No, Marcus said. She was a threat to your control. Marcus pulled out a small black device. This will send your full confession to every corner of the galaxy. Threx froze. You wouldn't. I already did. Behind him, a screen showed a live feed. The words, "This is the truth," from the killer's mouth. Threx looked at the screen, then at Marcus. You don't know what you've done. There are others like me, more powerful. I know, Marcus said, and I'm hunting them too. The message went viral. Across the Union, people watched Threx admit the crime. He tried to lie, then shouted, then begged. It didn't matter. The truth was out. On Vexar Prime, the second counselor, Zurin Ka, heard the news and ran. He vanished into a hidden tunnel beneath the mountains. But the ghost fleet was faster. They dropped in through the ice, cracked open the rock, cut off every exit. Zurin didn't even make it to the escape pod. He was taken alive. He didn't speak at first. Not until Marcus showed him Threx's confession. Then Zurin broke. They feared Earth, he said. Lana was too honest, too smart. The council thought if humans rose too fast, they would lose control. They were right, Marcus said. Zurin gave them a name. The third counselor, the one who disappeared. Counselor Draith. He was the one who planned it, Zurin whispered. He gave the final order, but he vanished before the killing began. He had a ship ready, new identity. He knew this day might come. Where did he go? Marcus asked. Zurin's eyes narrowed. Rumors say he fled to the Edge Worlds. Marcus nodded. The Edge Worlds, lawless, forgotten, full of danger. If Draith was hiding there, then this wasn't over, it was just getting started. The Edge Worlds, they weren't on most maps. No laws, no safety, only shadows. General Marcus Rain stood at the window of his stealth cruiser. Stars burned in the dark, but none gave comfort. Here, the Union had no control, and neither did Earth. He turned to his team. Counselor Draith is hiding here. He gave the final order. Lana's death began with him. We finish it with him. Commander Risa checked her blaster. If he's smart, he'll be ready. Marcus nodded. Then we'll be smarter. They followed a trail of bribes, broken, transmissions and whispers. Draith had changed his name, bought a ship, hired mercenaries, hid on a planet called Varnak, a red desert world ruled by gangs and silence. It took 2 days to find the right sector. A ship dealer finally spoke, after Earth's AI hacked his data. Dreeth was living in an underground fortress protected by ex-Union soldiers. Marcus didn't wait. He dropped in with only 5 ghost soldiers. No fleet, no army, just vengeance. They moved through the burning sands in black armor, low and fast. At night they reached the fortress. High walls, automated guns, no lights. Inside, Dreeth sat in a cold room, drinking alone. He watched old news, Threx screaming, Zurin crying. He knew it was only a matter of time. He didn't think Marcus would come alone. He was wrong. The wall blew open. Marcus walked through the smoke. No words, just steel in his eyes. Dreeth stood up slowly. "So, you made it. You ran far," Marcus said, "but not far enough." Dreeth raised his hands. "You can't kill me. I'm not worth a war." Marcus stepped closer. "You already started one." Dreeth laughed. Lana was naive. She thought peace was possible. She didn't understand the real galaxy. She understood more than you ever did. She was weak. Marcus didn't answer. He stepped forward and pressed a button on his wrist. A small device dropped to the floor. It glowed. "What's that?" Dreeth asked. "A gift," Marcus said. "A live feed. Right now, your face is being broadcast to half the galaxy. Say hello." Dreeth's eyes widened. "No, you can't. You told her she wasn't welcome. That Earth was a threat. You thought killing her would make us quiet." Marcus leaned close. "It made us louder." Dreeth ran for the side door. Too slow. Risa appeared in the shadows and shot him in the leg. He fell, screaming. Marcus picked him up by the collar. "You don't get to run anymore." Later, the ghost team returned to Earth with Dreeth in chains. No trial. No speeches. Just truth. His full confession was sent to every Union world, every lie exposed, every hidden order revealed. People watched. People listened, and people chose sides. Some Union worlds broke away. Others demanded new leadership. Protests burned across 5-star systems. The Union didn't fall that day, but it cracked. And Earth stood tall. Marcus Rain stood on the platform where Lana's statue now rose into the sky. Thousands gathered below. "She believed in peace," he said. "But she died in war." He looked up. "We didn't start this fight. But we finished it. Not for revenge. For justice." Behind him, ships flew in formation. Not just Earth ships. Others too. Former enemies, now allies. The galaxy had changed because of one voice, because of one death, because of one final message, and humanity was no longer the newcomer. They were the storm,